Hello, YouTube. Welcome back to Having Fun and Being More Independent on YouTube. My name is Tommy Cunningham. Today, what I'm wanting to talk about is what I have done the last couple of days just to reflect and just think about all the good stuff that has happened to me. Like throughout my corridor here staying at a Governor's Park and just staying in Bloomington. Now, before we go back, I'm wanting to take a few minutes, like I'm talking about a couple stuff, like during my old school year. Like during my old school year, I was um, I was like having a problem with my anger. And thank you very much to Stone Belt with all the help they have done. They have did so much. So like a couple of years back, I um I have had this person named um a a a a buddy that would take me out to go meet his family. I would even go try out some food that they made, like one time during Easter, which I thought which was really kind of nice. This was back then before I even had me a YouTube channel, which before just to say before everything, I have did some thinking, like on number one, on like doing some radio scanner research, like honestly, looking at radio scanners has been my passion for quite a while, and I honestly think doing radio scanners and stuff, like listening to it, like finding out what's going on in your local communities, plus like also going over like to like for instance the Brevard County, Florida area. That area is really interesting. Because then after that, a couple months later, in the month of April, during the COVID-19 years, I was stuck at home and I was doing me like different stuff. Like for instance, I was working on YouTube videos. Sadly, the only area that I could do YouTube videos was upstairs in my room, which I thought that was so ridiculous. And like also I was doing some looking up like on the different radio research that did. There is like so much different areas, like here in Indiana. Like for instance, there's like radio communication here in. So that right there was the county fire column from Hendricks County. Plus, I got me a current score update. I got me an 84.9, which is really exciting on on my score right now for Algebra 1A, which honestly I just feel so, and I mean so very happy at myself for that. Plus, like, also, like, a couple things, like, number one, I was doing some updates, like, on some research, like the last couple of days, I've been looking at my YouTube studio, and in in the last couple of videos, and I gotta tell you guys something. There has been so much change in my life, which I gotta tell you guys something. I stayed my first year. I even stayed inside a dorm there at the Special Olympics Summer Games. If that's different to you, and you guys want me to make a video about it, that's okay. But first, I'm gonna have to get permission from like Special Olympics Indiana, which like also doing some Maria research, like also doing some different stuff. Like for instance, like for instance, like coming after a couple of years after that, that was my final couple months there at Forest Ridge, which I thought, okay, so so that's my final years coming up on Forest Ridge. So you finally found out like what was my calling, and then after that you have found like so much more like different radio technology. You have found out more radio stuff. Like I even found out that the Bloomington City buses doesn't no longer use an LTR system. They now use a DMR, which is like so different, like for their communications. And I am telling you, like for instance, Stonebelt has really changed the last couple of days. Like they have put Rios with their staff. They have put different people like with their staff. They put male. They put female. They put different amounts of stuff, which I think which is really kind of interesting, like on all counts, okay? So, so like for instance, I've been doing like radio scanner research, like my local area. Like for instance, I'm by three counties, Monroe County, Owen, Putnam, and Morgan are like all in this area. Then Greene, Lawrence, and Brown are like down here. And Lawrence County, this is an interesting fact. Lawrence County is where I grew up. Plus, like, also looking into like the different radio research that I've done, and also doing like lots and lots and lots of different help that I have done, like with so much of Stonebelt, and honestly, I feel very, very surprised. What's like also, what's like also doing some looking up, like for instance, like on the different radio research, which I think, which is really kind of interesting, like on some points, like, like for instance, like, like I used to listen to this one system, which was the French Lick system, which I thought which was really interesting. The French Lick West Baden area, which Which honestly, if you guys, sorry, it's like also, so the Blue Sky Casino, they use that as the DMR Motorola, and this is for mainly their buses and shuttles, which I think is like so remarkable, which I think like honestly, it's like also I've been watching this show at night. It's called Under the Dome, and I gotta tell you guys something. Amazon Prime has definitely put some on there, which I thought, which was really, really kind of interesting. I thought they were using it like really good. I thought they were using the radio stuff really good. I thought they were looking around like so much like on really, really, really like different places, which I think which was really kind of neat. It's like also they got 4 facts, which I thought which was really interesting. Like this area, they use a DMR link system, which I think which is really neat. They also use a system that's really energized for their areas. They also do like way more better research, like inside a single area, which alright guys, that's it for today's video. If you guys liked it, make sure you guys give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, ding that notification bell. And the channel's called Learning Life and Be More Independent. We put stuff that I learned from the past, we put stuff that I learned from the future, and we also talk about some interesting facts. So I hope you guys liked it. Make sure you guys give me my opinion on my video. Goodbye.